Of course, one of the biggest factors of the current pandemic situation we find ourselves in is we have to remain physically and socially distant. And while that's difficult for everyone, it's especially difficult for those who find themselves in lockdown. One local company, though, is doing what they can to help those folks out and get messages from their loved ones. Happy to welcome in my friend Damien Kent from Little Ox Film Company. Damien, thanks for joining us. Tell us a little bit about the idea behind the Little Ox Messenger service.
Well, it's called Messenger Ox, sort of built off of like carrier pigeons and messenger ponies, or yeah, animals that carry letters for people.
Right.
And basically, what it is because we have some family that we can't see because they're in a facility that's locked down right now for health reasons. And so we started thinking about ways that we could get messages to them and help sort of our less technically able relatives to help them get messages through. Because not everybody's comfortable with Skype and Zoom and all sorts of other video chat kind of things. And the more we're learning about it too, the more we're realizing that there's a lot of the homes are currently really understaffed and really undersupplied to be able to facilitate these sort of things. And a lot of places just have one room that you can book, or something to that effect. And sometimes that doesn't work with people's schedules or with people's health. Sometimes you just can't make those things work. So we went, well, we've got this, we have a video server that's holding, has a lot of space on it right now. Why don't we set something up so people can shuffle videos through to wherever they need to go? And so we created Messenger Ox, which is basically you send us an email, we will send you a link, you can upload your video, and then we tell the care home that the video is there and they find the most efficient way for them to get it to your family member or loved one.
It's really been interesting during this pandemic situation. There's been so many responses that have been technology based, and for a lot of people, as you say, it's not the easiest thing to deal with. It's great when it works, but even you and I, as we were setting this up, and as I've set up other interviews, doing interviews from home, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things to fix, and certainly for folks who have never used this technology, it can certainly be baffling. So I think it's definitely something that could really help those folks out. And you also, on your website, you have some tips for how people can make good quality videos, how they can record these, not only make them happen, but also make them look good and more easily shareable. If you had a couple of basic pointers for folks, if they were looking to share a video, what are some of the main things they should be doing to make those videos look good?
If I had to pick two, I would say number one is sound, which I'm a camera person, so that's really weird for me to say that. But if you're trying to get a message across, the most important part is to be able to hear it. So if you hold your phone or your device or whatever, make sure there's no other sound playing in the background or nothing noisy going on so that you can be heard clearly. And also that it's not windy, because wind will eat up all that sound space that you have. So yeah, in a quiet space, and don't look towards a wall. Like a lot of, and I've seen this with a lot of, especially early on, a lot of professionals were facing a wall, which it tends to be a really dark space. So you have a really bright space in behind you. If you're looking at a bright space, then your face will show up better. And another thing that we're learning as we're doing this is that these like phones are really hard to balance and make look good. So just look at bright things, and that's a good step in the right direction as far as like a really basic, easy to understand tip.
And so, probably the best way for folks to find out more information of making use of your service would be through the website, I'm guessing.
Yep. Littleoxfilmcompany.ca. And the email for this service is messengerox@littleox.ca.
And we're also hoping that perhaps we can form a bit of a partnership between you fine folks at Little Ox as well as us at Shaw Spotlight. And we're also hoping maybe we'll be able to share some of those messages on TV as yet another way that people can reconnect.
Absolutely. It's sort of one of our other streams that we're working on right now, in that if you are dealing with a loved one that has no access to technology, there's always Shaw. If Shaw is being broadcast into that home, we're going to see if we can get it on the TV and figure out a time that people can watch their messages.
Awesome. Thanks, Damien. This is great.
It has been great. Good to talk to you, Simon.
Take care.
Bye.